Mikey, it's another edition of a Schmoke
and the Pancake.
Woo!
As always, I am your host, the beard villain Johnny Malloy, Jerry, and I am here with my cohort, my companion, my co-host, Pancake.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone!
And we are here on episode 7 of the ASAP podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7!
Now, when you learn the English version of counting, you'll be set.
I will be all ready to finally live life.
You'll never lose a last man standing match because you were too lazy and didn't understand the count again.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're back with number 7, and number 6 was, we're going to call it the Dark Side of the Pancake episode.
Oh, God. That was horrible.
It was so dark that we had to give you that Exact Vengeance bonus feature.
I think that was just as dark, too.
So we looked at the topic pool a little bit, and I think those just happen to be the darkest topics in the topic pool. So, once again, we don't know what's going to happen before you say we have a great show, everybody.
Nope. I don't even know if it's going to be a great show anymore after last show.
Yeah, this was
last show just threw us through a loop.
This is how we jinxed it last time, though. You didn't say that. But Little Monster Binky, she's picked some topics. We got our fingers crossed.
Oh, please, Jesus.
We want to get all entertainment and no more darkness on these episodes.
Ugh.
So with that said, we're going to run it back on that little segment we like to call the Weed of the Week.
What are we smoking today? What are we smoking?
Strawana comes back. Strawberry Kush with Banana OG makes a return to hopefully leave a better memory. Yeah. But before we do, I'd like to thank my good friend, the Woodbridge Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Oh, they're good to us.
90 proof goodness, and it is the liquor of the show.
Salute, everyone.
Salute.
Sponsor us.
Woo!
And now...
Oh, God!
This one's not smooth. You can't say.
Oh, it's not smooth at all.
This one's got a kick. At 90 plus proof, this one's got a little bit of...
Oh, Nelly!
Yeah, but you know what? You know what I've heard? You know what I read somewhere?
You know how to read?
I do, and I'll teach you one day. Aha! You can never get me with anything. No.
Damn!
You know what I read somewhere? And by somewhere I meant I made it up. Marijuana, helps with alcohol consumption.
Does it really?
It helps with digestion. It helps with handling it, stomach. It helps ease the pain in your throat when you drink a very high proof alcohol.
Well, then what the hell are we waiting for? Let's enjoy tonight.
Let's enjoy Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins. We'll be back in 4 minutes and 32 seconds.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or Tonight by New Kids on the Block. That too.
This is why we're smoking a pancake.
A what?
There's a song called Tonight by New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block? Did they also buy Impact Wrestling? I mean, NWA Power?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn it. Little Monster Binky, you're banned from ever mentioning New Kids on the Block again.
You are banished!
Unless we are doing a J Lover episode and have to talk about Donnie Wahlberg. Then it makes sense.
Hey, if you want to talk about Donnie Wahlberg, let's do it.
Listen, I like their burgers, so it's not that bad.
Well, let's hope that one of the 3 topics has something to do with Wahlburgers or Donnie Wahlburgers. Oh, wait, Wahlberg.
Yeah.
All right.
By the rate we're going, it might be both.
You're just making yourself hungry, and we have a long episode. And by long episode, I meant exactly 35 minutes, because 10 minutes, a topic, 3 topics, chosen at random. And now it's time for topic number 1.
All right, guys. Topic number 1. Share advice that you were given.
So, wrestling world advice that we were given at some point.
Yep.
I got a couple.
Does it have to be by someone, like, famous, or can it be, like, just in training? Like, advice that really stuck to you?
Yeah, advice that helped you out, or that, was useful to you, or that you can pass along.
Important advice.
Important advice, right. Okay.
All right, so I have a couple, but I have, like, a short one and then a long one. So maybe I'll do the short one first, kick it off to you, and then we'll come back.
That works.
All right, so the short one is, the late, the great Chris Candido once told me, we're all on the same road, we're just traveling at different speeds.
There's a lot of truth into that.
Yeah.
A lot of truth into that. Where a lot of guys, they would be more they would be really out for themselves. I think this is how I'm deciphering that, because there's different ways you can go about that, right?
Yeah. How do you take hearing that?
I would take that as, people. Some guys some guys that they can make it. They have what it takes. They have the look. They have the drive. They have the talent. And then some guys, and then those guys make it. But then there's those other guys who are left out in the dust, even though they've got the look, they've got the drive, they've got the everything, and they still haven't gotten their shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, I always took it as it's very simple. Like, don't compare yourself to someone else and get discouraged.
Right.
My example would be someone like a Tony Nese. Maybe it took Tony Nese 8 years, a decade or so to get to WWE, and maybe it took a guy like MJF 2 years to get to AEW.
Right.
But they're not having they go into the same place, but they're not having the same experience. No one's experience is exactly comparable and exactly the same as someone else. Everything's different. So don't get fucking discouraged.
Right. Some of the guys just have different ways about them that people look at them. They look at different aspects. I mean, MJF, great guy. He's not a dick.
He's a guy.
He's a guy.
He's done some shows for us.
He's got that talent. He's got the look, and he's got the youth. He just, not for nothing. I think he's what is he? 6 years in, something like that.
3, 4.
Really? That less? Okay, so you know what? It does take a lot. It could take a lot of time for one guy, but it could take less time for another guy, and it really depends on what at the time those companies are looking for, whether they're going to pick you.
Yeah. So that's why I liked it. It was basically. In a wrestling term, it was comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare. Worry about what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. You're determining what you're doing. Worry about that. I like it. What do you got?
I got a good one for you. So the best advice I could have ever taken throughout my entire wrestling career, and it really stuck with me, and it'll stick with me for the rest of my life. Because it's not just with wrestling, it's with life. Less is more. Less is more.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple. If you know... Holy crap, if you know...
Less is more is great advice. It's hard to understand it, to really understand it, and to really put it to use. But it's the standard great advice that you should get at wrestling school.
Exactly. That's like the biggest thing that you have to understand is that you don't have to go absolutely insane to get over. If you want to get over, keep it simple. Keep it sweet, simple, to the point. That was the best advice I could have ever gotten.
I liked it.
Do you ever see me go to the top? I don't go to the top. I don't go jumping off of the ring. I don't go do nothing like that.
You see, but this is where there's a gap in understanding between different levels in the business and fans and casuals.
Yep.
People are going to say, when you say, I don't go to the top, they're going to say, well, who the fuck are you, Pancakes? Will Ospreay spends a lot of time on the top rope.
Oh, yeah, but that's a different style of wrestling.
Yeah, but it's not, and it is, because he still applies the keep it simple, the less is more. He makes the thing he does mean something.
Right.
When he does a leap over someone's kick and it's, a backflip onto his feet, he makes that mean something. Instead of needing to do 6 backflips in a row, he made that one thing. Or when he hits that fucking thing where he does I forgot what it's called. He leaps in the air and he throws his foot over his head, he twirls, and he comes down off the back of the guy's head.
I know what you're talking about.
It's really cool. But he puts a lot of emphasis on one thing, and he times it so the fans can really understand it. And even though he's doing a big jumping spinny Rooney kick, it is the less is more. The spinner Rooney, Booker T's taunt, just a breakdancing move, is the less is more.
Yep.
And it's hard to understand what they mean because they think, just lock headlocks and throw punches. Have a very, very basic match. That's not what less is more means. It means don't try to. Rather than having a burger, you can have a cheeseburger, and you could have a cheeseburger with bacon and lettuce and tomatoes and pickles and onion rings and mozzarella sticks and chicken tenders and barbecue sauce.
It's coming!
But and it's a lot of stuff, and it's all that stuff you like, but you can't enjoy it because it's falling all over the place. It's all over your face. It's disgusting. Yeah. But if you take those things separately and you put emphasis on those things separately and separate, then you can really enjoy them, and that's what less is more means. Yes. It means understanding what needs to go into it and what doesn't, what fits here and what doesn't fit there, and that's why it's such a good piece of advice that you hear on year 1, you hear on year 2, you hear on year 3, you hear every year, but then you really, when you click on year 8, 9, 10, and it really clicks what less is more means.
Yep.
And then you pass it on, and you understand that people are hearing it and not grasping it, but you look them in the eyes and you go, one day you will.
Yep.
Less is more is a good one.
That's the truth.
All right, so this is something I got from Johnny Devine. He was from Team Canada in TNA Wrestling.
Okay.
And it's very simple, and he got this from his trainer, so I'll pass it along.
Sock it to me.
You need to, as a wrestler, look like something a normal person can't see on the street.
Oh, boy.
Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean you need to be 400 pounds and 6'9". That doesn't mean you need to have a crazy long beard. That doesn't mean you need to wear a big mask or be jacked to the gills or have an extra arm growing out of your head. What that means is give them something that they're not going to see walking around the mall. So when you are in a ring, you're an attraction. It's circus logic. It's Barnum and Bailey giving them attraction. That's it. So give them something. And it can be anything. For me, it's the beard.
Yep.
You can't see it walking down the street. For you, you can't see a 300-pound Chris Farley impersonator in a chef costume.
Exactly!
Dancing and hitting dusty elbows
in
the mall.
Throwing pancakes around.
Throwing pancakes around in the mall. Unless you're in Louisiana.
Well,
but anywhere else, you can't see that.
I think down in Louisiana, it's a necessity.
They flipping crawfish. That's not a bad one. All right.
A minute and a half if you want to add anything else.
You got another one?
You said a minute and a half?
Yeah, I did
about.
2. I did be something you can't see.
Right.
You did less is more. Keep it simple. And what was the other one?
Let's do
the everyone's on a different
path. Everyone's on a different path.
Let's see. You know, within this business you have...
We're going to get you a ventilator.
Oh, please?
Once people
hook me up, Daddy!
Yeah, once people that actually need it don't need it, we're going to hook you up to one.
Damn.
Help you out real good.
In this business, you get so much advice from so many different people, and within those so many different people, you have so many different styles of wrestling.
Yeah.
Within those different styles of wrestling, you have different areas of the world that they have a set style of wrestling. So those people who come out and they do these indie shows, and they really travel, like, say, along the States, you get guys who come in, and there's different things, different views on wrestling that a lot of guys have, that some other guys will look at you like you got 7 heads for it.
Yeah.
Again, it's the simple advice that we usually take that really can stick to us because at the time it's something simple to remember.
Okay.
When...
Okay is me trying to get you on track because you are rambling.
No, I'm not.
Okay, I hope so.
No,
we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. So, damn, now you made me lose my...
We're hitting 10 minutes
You cleared the 10 minutes, and now we're in overtime here.
Okay, so... All I want to say is, less is more. It's the best bit of advice that you can get. Holy crap! Whatever.
So this whole thing was
delightful.
This whole thing was just you doubling down on what you already said. Less is more. We're all on a different path, going different speeds. Keep it simple, and be something they can't see on the streets. Those are the
when
best...
I see something abnormal, that's going to be the best thing.
Those are the what was the question?
The advice that someone has given you that stuck to you. Good advice.
And that's what we're supposed to be answering.
Yep. All right. Let's get to topic 2.
Topic 2.
Two.
Talk about your best travel partners
Oh,
Oh,
this
man.
is so sweet. We get to talk about our best friends and buddies.
Yeah, it's this one's gonna be tough for me because I've talked about my best travel partner while sitting next to someone I travel with that's not on the list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dark Side of the Pancakes too.
Wow. I feel... You know what? I'm a little sad. You suck.
Huh? Why don't you go first? Why don't you talk about me and then I won't talk about you? Oh
Wow.
no! You're probably on there. You're like top 25.
Yeah, you know what?
Top 25 road
one.
partners.
I got one.
Yeah.
Best road trip traveling partner. Mike Law.
Oh, I didn't know.
I loved traveling with Mike Law.
I didn't know you rode together with.
Oh, yeah, we did it a couple times. What was cool
What was his
about
name
it?
before Mike Law? Sabotage.
Sabotage.
Let
Let me tell you something. I love him to death. That is great. He has great talent. And on top of that, he's very underrated.
Well, you know, I'll tell you a funny thing about Mike Law. You didn't know.
What?
You know his gimmick now with he carries that big ass weight out?
Yes.
He actually got the gimmick. He got the idea for the gimmick of carrying the big weight from always carrying you.
Wow.
Who are a big weight.
Damn.
Who is a big weight. Who are a big weight. Whatever the proper
I'm
English
just
is.
fat. So.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he got that gimmick from carrying your ass.
Wow.
Yo, continue.
Anyway, Mike Law. Me and him I'll give you a quick... Oh, that's a good story. Okay, so I'm going to give you a good story to tell. Me and Mike Law went down to, I believe it was New Jersey. We got to the venue. We actually got the booking by my old partner, Magic, Andrew Morgan. I forgot the name of the company. But we get there, and we bring our gear in, say hello to everybody, shake hands, kiss babies, all that shit.
Okay.
So we get to the locker room. We go to say hello to the promoter. We say hello to Magic. Magic brings us over to the promoter, and guy turns to us and says, "Oh, I don't know if I have a spot for you guys on the show." What? Okay. Well, this kind of sucks. So we go to Magic. We tell him that we're about to bounce, and he's like, "No. I'll get you on. Don't worry." Mind you, this is about I was pretty young at the time. So at the time I was very naive. I was very eager to do stuff outside of my home fed. So I was very disappointed. So he brought us over to the promoter and he says, No, you got to give him a match. And Magic, being of course the godfather of New Jersey and Staten Island as he is, gets me and Mike Law on.
Okay.
They put us on their pre-show, which was okay, whatever. Mind you, the pre-show ended up being the best match on almost the entire show.
Yeah.
Great match. We did I believe it was an 8-man tag, so it was 4-on-4. All right.
Yeah.
It was me. Damn, you're gross.
No, I mean, just being me. Not being just being a straight shooter.
Damn.
I just want to point out that we are 4 minutes into the topic of who are good travel partners, and you are talking about the time Magic got you a booking in New Jersey.
No, it gets better.
How does
this contribute to Mike Law as a travel partner? I want to see how this wraps around.
Me and Mike Law decided that we were going to leave anyway.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to be those guys.
The pre-show guys.
Right. So we left anyway, because we weren't officially booked. We didn't want to be those guys. So we decided instead of wrestling in New Jersey, we were going to take a fun ride to Fuddruckers, where you can have a giant-ass cheeseburger the size of your entire table.
That's pretty cool.
Unlimited French fries.
Nice.
And a dessert counter that I swear to God would give you diabetes just by looking at the damn thing.
So you're saying the reason Mike Law is in such good shape now is because he stopped traveling with you and going to Fuddruckers?
My point exactly. You're welcome, Mike.
God,
You're welcome!
I can't believe you choose your best traveling partners based on what kind of food you can eat while traveling with them.
Oh, well, let me... listen, if we're going to be in New Jersey, might as well do it anyway.
I don't think I've ever been to a Fuddruckers.
Oh!
I mean, I know of it. I've just never been there.
Delicious.
Isn't that where we got the elk burgers in the casino?
I don't believe so.
Elk burgers?
I believe that's Bowinkle's, but...
No, it's Fuddruckers.
Well, then you must be right.
Damn. Fuddruckers.
Right.
How about you there, Slappy? What do you got?
Well, I got 4 minutes left. And the question is, of course...
Who are your best travel partners?
There you go. That's why we have a producer, to repeat the question with a delay when pointed to a lot. Best travel partners, I always think, who are the easiest people to travel with? You know, my first couple of years of my career, I traveled with Headrush.
Mm-hmm.
And I traveled with Thorson Creed of the Gods of Destruction.
Okay.
And it was awful.
Damn.
They didn't chip in for gas.
Oh.
They made you drive very far out of the way.
Okay.
They would steal paydays from promoters and shit. It was all this crazy shit. It was the worst. It was like the worst. So then anybody I traveled with after it was like markedly better.
Right.
But my favorite people, obviously, I like to travel with Trigger. I like to travel with Lexa Rose. I like to travel with Junior Reyes. People I feel most comfortable with, obviously. And you, to a lesser extent. And to you, to a lesser extent, because when I bring you, my car's getting less gas mileage because there's an extra 400 pounds in the car.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, 300 pounds for you and 100 pounds for the bag of weed you bring. No, you're in there too. I like to travel with people who aren't high maintenance. I like to stop at shit motels, and I like to just gun it if we're going a long far and try to make like a long trip. And I don't like to stop, and I'm not stopping at the best restaurants.
Yeah.
We're just saving money. So with me, it's just people that are not going to complain, not going to bitch. And I found that for the most part, that's been Trigger, Lexa, and you, and Junior Reyes to a lesser extent. With his horrible accent and his lack of the English language, I find it hard. I find it hard to communicate with him, and the fact that at any point, anywhere we are, ICE could just come in and I lose our driver.
Wow.
It worries me. So you guys, I mean, that's what it is. Comfortability for me. That's what makes the best travel partners, and that's you guys. I'm comfortable. I've traveled with a couple other people before, and I'm not saying it was bad. I'm saying Headrush and Thorson Creed was awful, but I'm not saying the others were bad. But for the most part, I want to travel with people I know. People I feel comfortable with, or I don't want to travel with anybody. I want to travel alone.
It's also about, having those people who are going to be with you, and they're going to help out with the trip. Gas money, The
normal things, but if something goes wrong, you also want people. Like, I don't want to take a trip with my travel partners. I don't want a guy who's used to rolling around in a Lexus, and he's in my shitty Toyota Corolla. And then we break down, and he's like, oh, your car broke down? What is that? I want people that understand that to get out of their shitty Toyota Camry to get into my shitty Toyota Corolla to go to a booking, and they understand that if we would have took their car, it's going to break down. So when mine breaks down, they're like, man, your car made it way far good. And I'm like, yeah, man. Now let's split the tow truck and sleep in this random town.
Yep.
So it's comfortability. I want people like, I'll go out of my...
Dependability.
Yeah.
Trust.
And low maintenance.
If somebody called me up and said, hey, I'm doing this tryout, you're going to that tryout, we've never traveled before, let's give it a shot, I do it. But in general, I've got a group of people I like to travel with, and that's why I try to get all you fuckers booked everywhere I go.
And we always appreciate the effort.
Yeah. And I also like traveling with Junior Reyes because no matter what goes down, no matter what's in the car, Junior Reyes gets charged with it.
That's like the perfect accountability right there.
He's best. He's like Carl Winslow, and he's a cop too, but he's like Carl Winslow if Carl Winslow was on the opposite side of the law. He's like...
Why is he not here?
Well, he's in Tennessee protecting our nation from the corrections people.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's my best traveling partners, and of course, your best traveling partners feed you.
Hey man, whatever works. It could be money, it could be food, sex, rock
I'm surprised you didn't list Mr. Softy as one of your... I mean, he's traveling and he's feeding you. All right.
I have no comment on him.
All right, we're hitting the 10-minute mark right now.
Topic 2. That's it. All right, topic number 3. Before we get started, I poured us each another shot of the Woodbridge Reserve.
I swear To my Lord and Savior, you're trying to kill me.
I am trying to kill you. But this episode has been such on a lighter side. Lots of what the crowd comes for. You know, the coughing and the making fun of pancakes and the stories that seem to go nowhere.
The facts.
The facts. No, and the
Facts.
entertainment.
All right.
Cheers, guys.
Salute.
Salud.
Yeah. With that said, there's no reason to hold it any longer. Topic number 3.
All right. Topic number 3. Talk about what it takes to make it to the next level. Now, you guys have hit a little bit on this before, and even earlier in this, you talked a little bit, but give like a more
Now,
elaborate...
I know this can be a very upbeat topic, but, you know, I was actually thinking about this a couple days ago, and it's a very dark thing, too, because you have to think about... You have to think about what it takes to make it, and then you have to compare it to yourself and say, well, what am I missing of that, and why haven't I made it? And I started thinking of this because my good friend, Harold O'Hart, hit me up a couple nights ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Harold hit me up. And Harold, I'm gonna, oh man, I don't want to keep leaving names out. He was unhappy with the performance of several AEW wrestlers that he had previously booked on his shows. And he said he messaged me because he was thinking, they're effing up, they're wasting their spot. Why are they there, but the Beard Villain's not? And that was something bugging him, so he messaged me. So I started thinking, what does it take to make it? Why haven't I? And what does it take to do it? And by make it, I mean make money. Be somewhere important.
I think that really all tells on whether or not and how a company can really sell someone. Because you've got to look at it like this. You got to look at it like it's a product. You want to sell your product. You want your product to go through the roof. You want the big wigs to go ahead and start buying your product. What can we think about? Like, we think as wrestlers, we think about it and we say to ourselves, what can we bring to the table? What is going to define me and what's going to separate me from this guy? What's going to make me stand out? I think that's what most companies look for. But so
is it just about being different, filling a niche that nobody else is? Is that the secret to making it? In your opinion, like, I mean, can you have the physique and have a character and have the promo and have paid the dues and done everything right, but simply because you don't fit a niche, you don't make it?
I think in the eyes of a lot of companies, a lot of top companies, in my opinion, because I've never, I haven't gone anywhere, and
nothing major, no TV
nothing
deals,
major,
yeah.
no TV, but I'm always looking to do better. I'm always looking to do something that's going to make me stand out for somebody to look at me. So that's where it came out with. That's when I came out with the pancake gimmick. I wanted everybody to look at me and be like, "Hey, this guy looks like an asshole, dressed up like a chef, dancing around like an asshole."
And as good friend of Dennis John, Enzo Amore would say, the proof is in the pudding. If the pancake gimmick was bullshit, then the New Day would not have stolen it and made millions with it.
Correct.
So that shows that it was worth something.
There you go.
Granted, albeit it made other person money, but you had something.
Yes.
Okay, so you think that, because you've always been a good wrestler.
Thank you. I appreciate
always
that.
been decent to great when the microphone is in your hand.
Thank you.
You've always been out of shape.
Thank you.
But the pancake was a great gimmick. And so when you look at yourself and you say, well, why am I not in the next level? Do you think it comes down to the gimmick was taken? Do you feel like if they didn't do it, it might have gone somewhere past this?
I think, in my opinion, I feel like the reason why I haven't gone anywhere is because I don't feel like a lot of companies in today's day and age are really looking for a guy to have such a gimmick like mine, where it's more family friendly.
A house show, family experience, friendly gimmick.
You know what I'm saying? So, where I'm always up to evolving, which is why, throughout the past 15 years, I've had to evolve with where I was trained, and then I really had to start changing some things in order for me to be even looked at from a local promoter to even say, give me a shot to wrestle on their show. That's
True, that's the first hurdle, obviously.
Exactly. Just getting your foot in the door.
All right, so you have a very, like, and I understand where you're coming from, and you have to fill a niche, and I think that definitely helps.
Yes.
For example, Killer Cross. Killer Cross is in great shape, great promo, great look, but he happens to fill this weird psychopath niche that NXT needs right now, and that's why he's there, and I love it. Him and Scarlett are great, whatever. I do agree to a certain extent that filling some unvoided niche with some gimmick is a big part to it, but I almost feel like, and I'm not shooting on you or anyone who has that opinion, I feel like to a point that is saying, well, it's out of my control. And I'm always on the opposite.
Oh, I know it's in my control.
Okay.
I know it's in my control. It's all about, because I'll be honest with you, I'm probably when it comes down to promoting myself and stuff like that, I'm lazy as shit. You know, and I'm going to be totally blunt and honest. I mean, there's a lot of people who follow me, and that's cool. But I really don't post things because I'm lazy as hell.
Yeah, you have your own podcast. That's doing something.
Exactly, but I got my own podcast. You know,
But I think what I'm saying is I think there's power in the fact that we are at fault. So you ask, what does it take to make it? And I ask you, well, apply it to yourself, why didn't you make it? So when I apply that to myself, you could say, okay, well, get those front teeth fixed. And I would say, but I'm the only guy that has the teeth messed up. I'm the Benoit. I'm the guy with something different. Well, you need to cut that beard. You need to look like everybody else. No, I don't. That's what makes me different.
Exactly.
And I can talk. And I'm in less bad shape than I was. And for the most part, I can wrestle. So why didn't I make it? And I like to think, and it comes down to one very important factor. I am not doing enough. I didn't do enough. I didn't do enough seminars. I didn't do enough drives. I didn't show up and set enough rings up. Yep. I haven't cut enough promos. I haven't done enough social media. And I know a lot of people, especially my Rampage friends, are going to be listening to that and going, you do more social media than any of us. You do more seminars, more bookings, more trans than any of us. Yeah, guys, we're all not doing enough.
You're right.
You have to love this business like a puppy love. You have to be insatiable for it. Every second has to be wrestling. When you go out with your significant other or anything else, you have to turn down that big meal and stay on your diet. When there's a chance to go out and spend time with the family, you got to choose wrestling. Yeah. I feel like you have to put that first, and the people that just dive adamantly into the business head first with nothing else but that being a priority are the guys that make it.
You're gonna sacrifice going to weddings, going to birthdays, concerts, anniversaries, funerals even.
Bat mitzvahs.
Yeah. It's all about your sacrifice.
You know how many bat mitzvahs, and bar mitzvahs, and mitzvahs in general that MJF has missed to be in AEW? Countless! Wow. Countless!
Wow.
Salt of the earth!
Wow.
Continue.
Wow. But it's the sacrifice. It's the really putting yourself as a wrestler first than anything else.
And I haven't done that.
A lot of us haven't. I definitely haven't. That's where we're wrong. That's where we go wrong. But you know what? At least we're man enough to admit when we're wrong. And at least we're man enough to admit how we were wrong.
That's why I'll throw my hat off to the guys like the Mike Orlando and his fiancée Allie Rex. I mean, they literally said, F it, move to Florida to be closer to where they wanted to be, to put more emphasis on wrestling and less. That is that's wrestling first attitude. So when I look at people like that, I'm like, oh man, I hope that guy makes it.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of anything else that guy can do to make it. He's done everything, he has every piece. Why isn't he there? That's why I think when I look at guys like when before Dexter Lumis, Sam Shaw,
yes,
got to WWE, I was like, why is that guy not there? That guy's doing everything, it seems like. But yeah, I digress. Be Tony Nese, give everything, and I think that makes you get somewhere. And that's
Tony
what I'm
Nese
lacking.
gave the ultimate sacrifice, which is his entire freaking life to this business. And that's exactly where he got.
He has a happy home life, but I mean, he gave everything.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like,
yeah.
he sacrificed the way he trains his body. He sacrificed the way he trains his lifestyle. And look where it got him. He gave him, he took that, he finally got that ball, and he fucking ran with it. The guy's doing fantastic. Good for him. And you know what? That just puts another notch in the freaking NYWC belt right there.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I think, all right, so, I mean, what it takes to make it is a devotion upon another level. If you want to be something extraordinary, you have to train extraordinary. Champions train like champions. I mean, it's a work ethic thing.
Live, sleep, breathe, and eat this business. That's
you can get lucky. You can get lucky for a little while, but luck doesn't last. Hard work does. So, in the end, get properly trained, look in shape, get a good grasp of the mic, get a good grasp of the ring, and find a niche. Find a niche that nobody else fills, and then work harder than everybody else. And if you do all those things long enough in succession, you, my friend, will make money in professional wrestling. That's what I think.
And you know what? When that happens, and people go ahead and they see who you are, and they know who you are, you go to other shows, and they're going to put you on that poster because they know that you're a draw. Once they figure out that you're a draw, those people are going to be selling, those tickets are going to be flying off the table.
And the work will be worth it.
The work will be worth it. And at the end of the night, you'll be making more money on your merchandise sales than you'll ever be making going ahead and getting the booking.
Hey, something funny, I'll end this topic with something funny that I heard Scott Hall say.
Okay.
Scott Hall said, you people, I can't do an accent, I'm not going to do it. He said, you people don't realize how hard wrestling is. He goes, there's a reason they say it takes 7 to 8 years to be a good professional wrestler, and there's a reason to be a doctor, you go to school for 7 years.
Yep.
He goes, it's like brain surgery, and we're all doing it.
Yep.
It's true, man. I really think that be persistent and do the best in everything.
That's why school's so important.
Yeah. And we covered that.
Oh, yeah, we covered that.
If people think our opinion is don't go to school, then they are not listening to
exactly.
ASAP podcast. All right. Topic number 3 is done.
Guys, that's it. We just finished episode 7.
3 topics in the hole. We were closer to the 10 minutes. I think we're back on track.
We're back on track. We are back in the game. We put that freaking shit on lockdown, bitch!
This was more of a normal Schmoke and a Pancake.
Thank God, because as I said, last episode, it was just, I wanted to go home and I just wanted to, I wanted to sit in the dark. That's what I wanted to do.
Dive deep into a bottle of Woodbridge Reserve Kentucky bourbon.
I literally wanted to eat an entire pint.
That's just a normal day. That's just a normal day for you. Don't even try to blame your weight gain on this show.
I switched from regular ice cream to froyo. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's not worth the damn bit, but goddamn froyo is actually pretty good.
It's because it still has a lot of sugar in it. You got to go sugar-free.
You should thank this show every day for getting you out of your fudge hole.
Listen, real quick, I just want to quickly say this. We have put out a lot of people out tonight with what we said.
Who did we put out? We just mentioned a lot of people.
We just mentioned out a lot of people.
We didn't shoot
guys,
nobody.
We appreciate all types of feedback. And if you guys think that we're talking trash or talking shit, and you guys are sitting there accusing us of crap, all we gotta say is this. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, but who do we really shit on today?
We don't shit on anybody.
We don't shit
on anybody.
We didn't talk about the HIV epidemic in the Ronkonkoma firehouse.
Wow.
We didn't wipe your feet once. We didn't mention the wipe your feet thing once. This is the first episode where we didn't mention the wipe your feet.
Mention you wipe your feet.
No wipe your feet.
Don't wipe your feet. No, wipe your feet. Make sure, you know what, do me a favor.
We can
make sure you wipe your feet.
No Sid Vicious. We were super nice tonight. This was anything.
You know what, I think we're alright. I think we're pretty good tonight.
Praise the hell out of Mike Law.
I love him.
What did we say? What did we say bad? No,
He better say hello to me soon.
It's not. He's never going to talk to you again. He worked an ECWA show once. That means he can't talk to you anymore.
Damn.
He's extended a level of.
Sorry, he was now part of the Super 8.
Yeah, he ascended a level of fame.
Nah, I love him. I love that boy.
More of the normal stuff, I feel like. But I think at the same point, talk about episode 6 for the last time. You need to go there. You can't be afraid to. We can't always be just smoke and alcohol and laughs and chuckles and you coughing. It has to sometimes be serious.
And make coffee.
And with topic 3 tonight, what it takes to make it, I felt like we injected a little bit of seriousness into this podcast.
Of course. But you know what? This is going to be the last time we mention last episode. So, as I said, make sure you guys follow us, subscribe, tag us.
ASAP Podcast or podcast.asap. It's very easy to find us, guys. Share our stuff.
You can even follow me at Amazing Pancakes. You can follow Beard Villain as well.
And you know what the cool part is? You could follow Beard Villain Johnny Malloy, and then you could block Pancakes.
You sure could.
You could.
But will they? We shall see.
Oh, they will.
Tune in next time, folks, to another edition of a Schmoke
And a pancake.
Woo!